I want to see if my audio is working fine, and then we're gonna start. The goal of this stream is basically to open source Stocksbrew. It's been a while. I haven't touched anything in Stocksbrew. वो जैसा था वैसे ही चले जा रहे हैं. We have almost 30-40 subscribers, people who are currently subscribed on Stocksbrew newsletter. I want to do two things. First of all, I want to change a few things in it, make it a little more interesting. And second thing that I want to do is, of course, just to remove all the API keys so that I can put it on GitHub and share it with everybody, because I haven't been working on it a lot, and I think it would be beneficial for people to pick it up if they feel like doing so. But before I do any of this, I want to make sure that I'm audible. Let me see. Because I haven't been working on it a lot, and I think it would be beneficial for people to pick it up if they feel like. And the thing that I want to do is, of course, just to remove all the API keys. Okay. I am audible, which is great. Fine. I think we can start now. So, just a quick recap for those of you who don't know what Stocksbrew is. It's a personalized stocks newsletter service that I built about 4-5 months ago. I'm not sure. Let me show you how it looks. So this is the type of newsletter that you'll receive. I mean, I didn't have to go here. I could have just stocksbrew.vercel.app. You go to explore. This is the type of newsletter that you'll receive if you have subscribed to Stocksbrew. If you are following Adani Power, it will tell you a TLDR, key development, what to watch out for, and it will do that for all the stocks that you want to follow for free of cost. Yes, this was a free of cost project, and so what I'm gonna do is, what I want to do is, I want to open source the code for this so that if somebody else want to pick it up, hopefully they can do that. And I want to change it a little bit. I feel about boring, or I feel this is pretty boring. I mean, it is useful but boring at the same time, and that is one of the reasons why people are skeptical of trying out Stocksbrew, because they are looking for something that will help them in their stock market journey or whatever, help them follow the news and whatever. But then it does the job, but it doesn't do the job well enough, I feel. So here's the plan. We want to memify a little bit. I know stocks market and memes doesn't go that well, but I want to memify a little bit. So we would want to reduce the amount of information we're dumping on people. Step number one. I don't want to dump all this piece of information. I just want to maybe give them stories or something. Like, I really like Morning Brew and brew markets, which is cool. Although this is not specific to your portfolio, but it's very useful. So I want to follow some sort of a structure similar to this, but this has too much content. I know people who are following Stocksbrew do not want all this bullshit. They just want to know if there is something interesting happening in the stocks that they have invested in. So that is one thing that we want to do. We want to figure out how to make it less boring, and then just open source the repository. I do have the repository on GitHub. It's just because of obvious reasons. It is using a lot of API keys that I pay for, or those API keys are of my account. I don't want to share that with anybody, of course. So we're gonna fix that and open source it. It's currently a private repository in this. But before I do any of this, मैंने बहुत दिन से, it's been like a quite a while since I worked on this, and so I don't really know if things will work. One thing I want to do in code is I want to go here Also, I think we should play some music in the background if you don't mind. I don't know how loud my music is gonna be, but if it's too loud, do let me know so that I can fix that. Yeah, I don't think it's too loud. I think it's fine. Okay, cool. One thing I want to do is while I'm testing stuff on Stocksbrew, I like to make sure that I don't send emails to people who are subscribed. So there should be run newsletter pipeline. If I go here, I can say if email is, yeah, if it's my email only, then send emails. I don't want to accidentally spam my subscribers because that'll be a horrible thing. Anshuman says, yeah, it's good. Are you subscribed to Stocksbrew? Do you like Stocksbrew? For those of you who haven't tried it out, I'll put the link here. But I would love some feedback. If you have some feedback for me for Stocksbrew as to what I can do, I would love to get some feedback. If you want to try, you can subscribe. It's free of cost forever. At least for now. I don't know for how long, but it's free of cost. So what I want to do here is I want to first change the newsletter. I don't want to give them so much information. So what I want to do is, let's not use hot stocks. Hot stocks was basically an idea that I had where it would give you information about some random stocks that are doing good so that you can probably think of investing in them. However, I realized that it's not that useful for whatever reason. Nobody actually liked it. That's the problem. And the other thing that I want to do is, instead of using all the stocks, this is the stocks, regular stock, client.stocks.regular stocks. Check if news for regular stocks is in database. If not, fetch it. Okay. Wait. Then you fetch the news. What's this? Prepare stock input. What does this function do? I don't even remember half of the things that I wrote here because of how long it has been. Prepare stocks input from utils. Prepare the stocks input JSON for the news fetching script. Oh. So here's what I don't want to do. While I run the pipeline for testing purposes, I don't want to run it for all the stocks because we'll have a lot of stocks and it will take a lot of time. Instead, I only want to run it for a few stocks. And so what we're going to do is we're going to return here so that nothing else happens. We're going to print stocks. And I hope this works. I have no clue if this will work. It's been a while since I tried anything locally. And I also just moved all the environment variables from direct references to environment file. So it's going to create some problems. App scripts run newsletter pipeline. It's going to give me an error. I have a feeling. I like the song. So this is the list of all the stocks that all the people who have subscribed to news Stocksbrew have put. I don't want to fetch news for all of them because that'll be painful. I just want to do it for like what? First 4 stocks maybe? Let's try for first 5 stocks. Oh, I just did 1. I don't want 1. I want all 5 of them. So if we fetch the news only for 5 stocks, and this is something that we'll have to change when I push the code so that it still works because I don't want it to break. Um, yeah. So only 5 stocks now. Let's allow it to fetch the news. It will fetch the news. Create summary. This is the part that we want to change. I don't want a technical summary. I want something funny. I don't have ideas for it, to be honest, but if somebody does, they can help me. Generate summary. I think this is the one that takes the stock and sends them based. Regular summaries is client.stocksbrew. Generate summary. Yeah, I think that's there. So this is the prompt that I sent to Gemini API. Also, I think we can probably change the model that we're using now, but that's fine. So we load the news, which is great. I have a MongoDB instance that stores all the stocks, all the news, everything at one place. I did that so as to make this entire thing fault tolerable, because what would happen is, since there are multiple steps, at first it would fetch the news for all the stocks and save it in the database. Then another service will take all that news, summarize it, and then another service will take all the summaries, filter out the ones that you need, and create a newsletter for you. So there are 3 different services that work sequentially on the same database to send you the newsletter. And the reason why I added database was because these services work sequentially. I didn't want a situation where if one, say for example, the second service fails for whatever reason. In that case, I don't want to restart the whole process from zero. I want to start it from where the pipeline failed. And that's why I added the MongoDB database, where at each step, those services will put all the stuff that they worked on, so that the next one can pick it up and continue working on it. I think it'll make a lot more sense if I show you the collection, because then it gets obvious. It's nothing too crazy. It's very simple. Let me show you. So I don't want to show you the, so one service will first fetch news for all the stocks in the database, and we'll save it under this tag, regular stocks news. Once the document loads, I'll show you how the document looks. It will basically have the entire HTML content for the page, because I'm literally web scraping through a bunch of websites where you find news. This is the fetch news, is the file where all of this happens. I use 2 different things. One is News API. There's a service called News API that I use, which gives me news around the topic, but then it is limited as in it allows you to fetch news for only 50 topics in one day. So I use that, and then I also have a custom service, which is a web scraping service. It's pretty straightforward. I use Beautiful Soup, scrape the stuff, scrape the data, filter out the content, and then just push all of that content into this structured database. Here is how the news data looks. For example, here is number one stock. That one you can ignore. This I'll get to later on. But say this is the stock Tata Communications Limited. That's the company name, and you want to get all the news around it. This is what I searched. I searched for Tata Communication Limited company stocks news. Unfortunately, I didn't get any article. The service didn't get any article in the last 24 hours, so it will skip that. But if there is an article, which let me try to see if we can find one. Yeah, maybe this is the one. IDFC First Bank, for example. If they had a news article published in the last 24 hours, which could affect their stock price, we will fetch that entire thing and we will try to extract the data from it. And one of the bad things about this whole process is that my custom web scraper doesn't work as great. And so as you can see, it failed to extract the article content. And so in that case, you won't get the news. It should not be like that. I didn't get a chance to fix it. That's why I'm making it open source. I'll create some issues on it and then I'll open it for Hacktober, because today I think September is about to end, and then it's October, and in October there is Hacktoberfest, and I know every time I open source my libraries and I open some issues, people do come and contribute. And so if somebody contributes to this, it'll be great. I can maybe talk about the problem for 1 second. Here's the problem for all the people who are watching right now. If you ever decide to pick it up, I'll tell you what the problem is. Um, when you have the URL from Google RSS feed, you can't directly web scrape it, because here is what happens. Okay, I'll navigate to that URL. It is going to redirect me. As just you have to wait. It first goes to Google News, then it redirects me to Economic Times. Now, without using a headless browser or anything, I couldn't figure out how to handle this redirection, because yeah, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that using Python request beautiful soup. Oh, so basically, since the Google RSS redirects you to a different page, this redirection, I don't know how to handle that, and because of that, I'm not able to fetch some really important pieces of information that I could have otherwise. For instance, IDFC First Bank is now among 10 mid-cap stocks where mutual fund raise stakes, which basically means it's gonna perform good, and I'm sure people would want to know that. My service just sucks. Somebody can fix it. Anyways, so this is all the news for all the stocks stored in the regular stocks news object, and then the other service will take that news and summarize it using Gemini API. And here's the summaries. As you can see, it will give you the summary that mutual fund increased their stakes in IDFC First Bank during Q4, signaling blah blah blah, positive sentiment. Here's the key points. Here's the action items that you should do, and it will do that for all the stocks that have any news in the last 24 hours. And then finally, another service that will take the summaries and create newsletters for you, so that you can get the stuff that you want. And there's a lot of filtering happens in between to eliminate some redundant pieces of information. Anyways, back to the code. So I want to fetch the news for five stocks. I want to save it. Now here's the generate summary. I want to make it a little more fun. I don't know how to do that, but let's see. Let's leave it here. This is the generate summary. Stocks news using Gemini. Okay. So here is what I tell Gemini to do. I give it the raw news content about a company from last 24 hours. I ask it to summarize the part that could affect the company's stock price. And I ask it to make it ultra clear for beginners who want quick bite-sized content. This is what I also tell it to avoid technical jargon. I don't know if people want it. What if we somehow can get the final directed link from the original link? Question is, how can you do that? Exactly my point. It's a great problem to solve. You don't even need the code that I've written to try that out if you want to. All you need to do is say, I can give you a link. If you want, you can try and write a Python code for it. It's an interesting problem to solve. I'll give you the link. Try writing a Python code to fetch the data from the final redirect website from that link, okay? And I'll actually make a tweet about it. It's a very interesting problem to solve. Maybe you can do that. I didn't spend enough time trying to do it actually. That is also another reason why I couldn't do it. But I'm pretty sure if you try, you can definitely figure out a solution for this. I am trying to find a link that I can share with you so that you can try it out if you feel like. Swiggy, 0 articles, empty. Oh, this is interesting. ITC Limited, maybe they have some articles. This is the link. Okay, I'll drop the link for you here. I can't drop it in the chat because of the limit of characters. I'll make a tweet. Never mind. Um, okay, I couldn't post it there, but I have posted it here in case you want the link. How do I share this? What the fuck? Okay. It's very simple. The idea is very simple. I'll quote it again. Write Python code to fetch content from the final redirected URL. That's it. That's all you want to do. Let's see if somebody is able to figure this out, because it's a very interesting problem to solve and I haven't been able to do that myself. But if we can figure out how to solve this problem, my life would be slightly better, and I'll tell you how. Uh, for all the stocks that you saw where it said fail to extract the content, you would be able to extract the content and the reliability would be so much better on this newsletter service. And that's why we really need to figure out how to solve this problem. Anyways, let's focus on updating the prompt in the meanwhile. I don't want the newsletter to look like the way it looks right now. I want it to look a little more funny, a little more funky. I don't really know what I'm expecting, but from all the times I've used it, I myself have never actually benefited from the what to watch section. That was shit, because it just says the most generic thing in the world. Watch for the updates on company's large power capacity expansion project. What the fuck do you even mean by that? I don't know. So this I don't want for sure. Okay. This is good. TLDR is good, but it feels repetitive. Like when you talk about the key developments and TLDR, those are very repetitive. Maybe I can do something. Maybe I can remove the action items because we don't want that. Key points could be a little more detailed, right? And TLDR is fine. Action items we don't want. Keep TLDR under 2. Okay. Each key point never include more than 2 points in any category. Okay. Each key point must be detailed explanation of the news. Not explanation, but summary of the news in a easy to read format. Maybe I want to go here and I want to change that. It is expected to have a negative impact on the stock price, on major revenue loss. Okay, so maybe this is good. Now the summary would be smaller. We'll have less jargon in the summary because that is something I want. I don't want a lot of jargon in the summary. I want less jargon in the summary, so that is there. Uh, what else do I want to do? This is fine. I want to get rid of hot stocks completely because that shit didn't work. I'll figure it out later on how to make it better. But for now, I want to get rid of hot stocks because the code is confusing and I don't want people to be confused. I want it to be simple, contributable. Hot stocks, no, absolutely not. Do not do that. Hot stocks will remove from all the places. Okay, great. We removed hot stocks. I think so. I think we might have hot stock somewhere else. Fetch news. We don't have to worry about hot stocks. I can get rid of this. I don't need to do that again. I'm trying to simplify the code. When are you planning to open source it? Right now in this stream, I'm trying to simplify the code a little bit so that it's easy to understand. And then that's it. I'm going to open source it in this very stream. Don't worry. I'm gonna open source it right now. बस थोड़ा सा simplify करना है so that people are not confused around what the fuck is going on here. I want them to be able to understand what is happening. The code is pretty messy right now, you see, because it was not open source and I did not write it with this idea in mind that I'll make it open source at any point. So it's pretty messy. However, it's not gonna be messy forever, don't worry. I'm trying to fix that. I'm trying to make it not messy anymore. What the fuck is happening here? Wait. Maybe I fucked up something. This part. Yeah. Okay. Just remove all of this, remove this, remove this so that people are not confused. I want to simplify the entire code as much as I can just to make sure that nobody is confused. If you don't find anything, yeah, don't find any summary, then you just be like, no summaries for that email. Get hot stocks from DB. No, you don't want to think about hot stocks anymore. Perfect. So we've completely removed the concept of hot stocks. Number one, it will only give you the summaries from the stocks that you have subscribed for, which is great. What else? I want to see if it actually works because I did a lot of changes. Before I do that though, I need to change the template a little bit. I think this is the template. I'm not sure. Let me see. One of those is the template for my newsletter. This is the template. Yeah. Let's modify the template to not have hot stocks anymore. Okay. So all this stuff, key points, TLDR, end if. Where is end if? Here. Action items, end for, end if. Is that all? Your watch list. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay. I don't think we support hot stocks anywhere anymore, which is great. Um, so I think it looks fine. I also want to remove the action items because we no longer do that. We will do that. It's a great idea to suggest action items based on the news. However, with the current setup, it's useless. Like the action items are useless. I don't want to ship useless things. I would rather not ship that thing to reduce the complexity on the at minimum. That is the goal. I don't know why people are liking this, and I don't know why it's getting so much traction. I tweeted some random stuff at some point. Um, anyways, now I think we can run it since there is no hot stocks, nothing like that. I feel we can try Python scripts run newsletter.pipeline. Fuck, it's Python 3. Run newsletter.pipeline. Hello, good morning. How are you? Have you tried Stocksbrew? Every time somebody else will join this stream. Oh my god, why am I printing all this? Wow. Fetch news, fetch news. I didn't know that I was printing the entire news. Also, I just saw that processing hot stocks was written somewhere. I don't want that. I wonder where it was. I don't see it anywhere. What the fuck? Okay, now I can show you the database because हमारे database में we will have things getting updated live as we run the scripts. Like right now it's creating summary for Reliance, HDFC Bank and all those, which you can see here. I'm gonna remove the hot stocks news. Should I? Should I? Should I not? If I remove, then I will end up breaking the website, the explore section, which I don't want to do. So let's not do that. That's not a great idea. Let's keep it as it is. Where are we printing the stock news? Generating summaries for regular stocks. Generating summaries for regular stocks. News content, load news content. Regular stocks news. You're loading it here. Okay. I wonder what is going on. It processed. Okay. Today is 27th. ये बहुत पुराना है. I want to go back. I want to go to the latest one. How do I go to the latest one without clicking next every time? I can't. Can I make a query here? I don't want to write commands to. Are you sure that we're only processing the stocks that I asked it to? No. I think we're processing way too much. I gotta think. Wait, let me think how to run this. One of the biggest pain points of me working on this project was that every time I would run these services, I would run into these situations where either it will start processing all the stocks, like all the 60 stocks, or it will not process anything at all because आज के दिन का already run हो गया है and it's just painful. It's not fun. I have to figure something out. Wait. 26 का दिख रहा है यहाँ पे, 27 का नहीं दिख रहा है. ये किस दिन का डेटा निकाल रहा है? Maybe I should do one thing. Wait. I'm also now realizing as I'm working on it how painful it would be for people to look at this code when I open source it. Because it's not Yeah, it's not nice. I'm trying to make it nicer, but it's not nice. It's really bad. Manage regular stocks. Get all the stocks. You know what? I want to return here and I want to see what are we getting. I want to make sure if we have something in the database, we see that. Okay, so this is what we have. We have news for all the stocks in the database already. That's great. Good news. That means we don't have to fetch. Perfect. I don't want to fetch. But oh, it is looking at the news from the database, and database has news for more stocks than just five, and that's why it is not. Perfectly makes sense. You know what I'm gonna do? Since this is an array, is it an array? I don't think it's an array, it's an object. Yeah, it's not an array. Regular stocks dot find date today. Only keep first three news. First three stocks. Now let's see. Are we still going to get more than three? Because if we are, then it's painful and I need to figure out something. Um, I think so. I think we're still fetching a lot more than what we should. Regular stocks news. Hmm. Print the keys of the object. How do I do that? Because I don't know. I just want to make sure that I still see everything. So the keys are ID, date, news data. ID, date, news data. Huh? What? This is the regular stocks news. ID, date, news data. Inside of the news data, you have the stocks news. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to go here with maybe like regular stocks news equals to, or maybe let's create a new variable for testing. Free stocks only. Just go regular stocks news equals regular stocks news dot find this news data stocks news, and let's keep only three. I think this is fine. I think we've written the right query. I just hope that it works. I think teen maybe yeah, now it's fine. I can see that we only have news for three stocks. Which is a lot of news, but that's okay. Yeah, perfect. So now we have news for only three stocks, which is great. So what I want to do is, we have fetched the news. which is great. Now we are going to check if the summaries are there. I don't want to check because I want to generate new summaries because I updated the prompt. So check if summaries for regular stocks is in the database. I don't give a fuck even if we have them or not. So I'm just gonna be like, okay, we don't have the summaries. Let's just say regular summaries is empty. Let's just say that it is empty. If it is empty, then we can generate summaries, and that is what we want to do. Once we have generated summaries, we are going to move on to the next part later on. Let's just go step by step, okay? What else I want to do? I want to run this and I want to see the new generated summaries, and I hope they are better than the previous long format which we were sending to people. Attribute has no blah blah blah. Can we just say if not here, sorry, here, if true. I'm just going to say if true so that it always runs. Line number 52. Oh, I'll say if true. Actually, not true. If false. So that it never goes there. I'm doing a lot of weird things here. I just hope it works out. Yes, it does work, which is great. This problem will not happen, the hot stock thingy. I just want to see how the processed summaries are. Let's just try to see that. I hope it doesn't take forever. It is taking forever. Oh no, did something break? Most probably. I really hope it stops at some point because मैंने 3 स्टॉक का बोला था. So Reliance, HDFC, Blue, Apollo already 4 हो गए, नहीं 3 हो गए, and hot stock 4 हो गए. It was only supposed to take 3 stocks. What the fuck is going on? I hope it stops. I hope it doesn't go beyond Apollo, or I'll have to spend more time figuring out what is going on here. Let's go and do some shit tweeting. Oh, it went ahead. No way. What the fuck is happening? Regular summaries, generate summary. I know what is happening. So even if I have, yeah, I need to do something about it. I need to remove it. I don't want to do that. This is really old. I have an idea. Can't believe I'm gonna type a query. How do I type a query? What the query is supposed to be? query would be I don't even know if this is how you're supposed to write queries here. I've never used it. Oh, you can. Wow, it actually works. That is amazing. Whew, I can delete this. The reason I want to delete this is because it has fetched too much of news, which I don't want. Now it's gonna fetch the news again. I hope so. Oh shit, no, it won't. So we want to fetch the news ourselves. We're gonna go here, try to find that utils function, and we're going to, okay, this is fine. It needs stocks. We gave it the stocks. We gave it all the stocks. We don't want to give it all stocks. We want to give it only 3 stocks. Okay. It should work now. I hope so. Fuck. The funny thing that is happening is it finally found some articles. I was hoping that no, it couldn't figure out the content. Shame. Fetch the article but couldn't figure out the content. Couldn't find the content. Okay. Sucks to be me, I guess. Let's do 5 stocks so that we have better chances of fetching some news for them. I'll delete all the news. You gotta see how the hustle go. You know he caught up by his bros though. He's just another person, another victim, another one that's caught up in the room. I really hope, I really want to figure out a better way to do all of this. And by all of this, I mean all of this, because okay, it's back. We're safe. It's fine. That happens. My Wi-Fi gave up in between, but I'm back. Anyways, I was saying I really want to find a better way to do this, to be honest, because people are gonna be working on it. For instance, they won't have access to all of this, which I do. By all of this, I mean all the database related stuff. And so I don't know how it will work for them. I'll have to figure out some. Open sourcing something is not easy. You have to hide all your personal data. You have to make sure that it makes sense to the people who are going to be working on it if they decide to. And then at the same time, you have to maintain it to a certain extent. But we'll be fine. Yeah. He's just another person, another victim, another one that's caught up in the room. Generating summaries for regular stocks. एक ही stock है, which is Indian Railway Finance Corporation Limited. That's it. Then why is it Processing Housing Urban Development Corporation Limited? ये कहाँ से हो रहा है? Somebody help. What the fuck? Processing कुछ तो बहुत गलत है. मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा क्या गलत है, बट कुछ तो बहुत गलत है. You're fetching it from stocks news in batch which you prepare from current batch, generating summaries for regular stocks, news content. Where's the batch? Batch is empty. You append the stocks news content, stocks news content, stocks info, company. I don't know what is happening. Wait. Why the fuck did you fetch 68? No. Wait. I don't think we did. Let me see. So this is today. Yeah, how the fuck do we have 68 stocks? I mean, no. Something is not. Stocks, get unique stocks, regular stock. If no, then prepare stocks from this stocks, which is just the 5 stocks. And this is the stocks that we see. I just wanna make sure. I wanna delete this. I hope it is deleted. I wanna try that again if we deleted it or not. I think we did. It is gone. If it is gone, then why is it creating issues for us? Yeah, there is no summary in the database. There is no refined summary in the database. Nothing. And we just have 5 stocks here, which is great. If we only have 5 stocks here, when we prepare stocks for input, which is here, you take all these stocks, which is just the 5 stocks, and you save it. Great.